So hello and welcome to another video. So we're underneath my 2006 Ford Transit Connect and it's nearly MOT time, so we've got an MOT to do. We've done a bit of welding in the inner sill up in that shadow area. I'm not going to bother showing that because it's just boring, but I thought I'd show you this. So we've got rear brake pipes to do because they're rusted further up there, just as the pipes go between the subframe and the floor, and they need replacing. So if we have a look back, so what we can see here is we can see one brake pipe there, another one here. We've got the other two pipes that you can see are fuel pipes. That's the fuel up and another return pipe there. So that's what's running here. So I had a look at the back of the car. I'm right upside down onto the car here, and the pipes seem to have been replaced up to this point here. These two joints here. So these are copper pipes. They're going to the back. They're all fine. So we're not going to worry about them. So we'll replace them from here, and then we'll go forward. So I'll show you what my issue is. If we keep going forward, keep going forward, keep going forward, we get up to here. I'll put a light on this so you can maybe see it a bit better. So the pipes go, let's see if we can get a better shot for you. The pipes go into here. Now there's a plastic separator in there. It separates the pipes and it stops them rubbing, against the floor and the subframe. And I thought, well, I'll get a screw in there and I'll pull the separator out and I can deal with the pipes that way. But it seems that it either doesn't come out or it's never going to come out. So we've got to find a way running the pipes through. I'll show you them. If we keep going forward, I've got limited room. We'll have a look. And if we can see, can we see? Come on, Kate. Show the. Yeah. There's limited room here, so. Right, so you can see the two joins there. That's where these pipes are going to have to join in. Can you see them okay? Yeah, you can see them maybe in the centre of the frame there. So that's where the pipes are going to have to join in. And what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to undo the couplings up there. We're going to cut the pipes and we're going to pull them back through this plastic separator. And then I'll show you how we're going to deal with putting them back in. As you can see, the pipes are gone here. If I gave this to an MOT tester, he would hit me over the head with something heavy, I think, so they've got to be changed. So I'll take the pipes off. I'll show you what I'm using. If you're using open-ended spanners on these, especially if they're really corroded, the spanners can slip and you're going to have a bad time. And especially up the front there where I've got to take them off. If you start getting yourself in trouble there and rounding these, it'll just turn into a nightmare. So I'll show you how we're gonna take it off. So I've got I'm trying to film this and have the head torch on at the same time. So I've got these spanners. These are dedicated. That's a 14. That's the wrong one. These are dedicated pipe spanners. So these go on. These won't slip. So that's a 13 on that side, and then we'll get an 11 for this side. And what we want is, if you've got an area like up the front, you want to offset the spanners like that. Make sure they're on correctly, and then you can just squeeze them together. And then that's that one. I've got that one cracked, so I've got a rag underneath to collect this. Let's see if I can get this one on. I'm trying to film this with one hand, folks. It's terrible. So put that one on there like that. Let's see if we can Squeeze these guys. I can't do this with one hand, unfortunately. I'll put that one there like that. Let's see if I can move this one further up. But you can. I need two hands. So you get the gist there. Try and get them on, and try and give them a squeeze and crack them. So I'll get back to you in a minute. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start taking the pipes out all the way down, and I'll get back to you in a minute and we'll get an update on it. Right, that's one of the pipes been taken out. I'll show you that in a minute. You can see I've managed to get both of them off. That's definitely a one-handed job. You need a couple of brake spanners in order to do that. It is a bit of a mission, but you can do it. Right, getting them through on the other side here. So we've got one completely out altogether, and we've got another one to take out. Come on, sorry folks, I've got lack of room here. So right, let's have a look. So we've taken one out. Let's have a look. We've taken one out. We've got this one to take out. You see it moving. I snapped it roughly here. These were really bad. You know, it didn't take much to snap that. That was just one good press of the pedal away from, you know, just bursting the side of that pipe out. So I'm glad I got them out. But so what we'll do is we'll crack on. I'm going to cut this one here. It's a little bit of a nightmare because now that, you know, the pipe's expanded with the rust and the corrosion, putting it through that plastic, you know, grabbing it from the inside, so you got to reach up and under the subframe and then over the steering rack and wiggle it. But it does come out, you know, you just got to persevere with it. So I'll get back to you when I'm going to put the new pipe through it, and I'll show you what I'm going to do for there. Right, so that was a bit of a mission, getting that pipe in. You can get it through, and then you've got a bit of an obstruction, so you've got to get your hand, way under, get it right over, and you've got to start sort of bending the pipe a little to get it through. Then you can bring it over. Let's see if I can get under here. Right, you can bring it over there, bring the pipe through. So what you want to do is you want to be dealing with the bubble, you know, in a couple of the top bends in this pipe here, because doing it up there, putting the bends in up there, is probably going to be impossible. Once you've got a couple of bends in, you're going to, you know, get it bolted in. You're going to pull on there, get it feeded back through, make sure it's not got any obstructions, anything like that, it's not rubbing against anything. I would have liked to have put a cap on the end of that pipe, but unfortunately I put one on. You get the yellow caps that come with the pipe. I put a cap on to avoid any debris in the pipe. There was no way it was going through, so it went through like that. So what we'll do is we'll take the first inch off that with the pipe cutter. So we'll cut it off about there, and then I'll show you once I cut it off, I'll show you the former I'm using for doing the bubble on it. Okay, so we've got the nut on, we've got the bubble done. I'll quickly show you the tool I used. That's it there. It's a Trident 3/16 one. I've used the cheaper Chinese ones, but they're horrendous. You know, the chrome ones with the multi holes in them with the thumb screw thing. They slip. They don't work. They never do the job right. So I binned that a long time ago and bought that. These are probably £30 British money. Made in England. This will last a lifetime. I might do I'm filming with one hand here, so it's not that easy. I might do a quick tutorial on this. I'm sure there's videos on this specific one online, so if you want to see them, how to do it, it's got option 1 on it. That's for creating a bubble. if you want to create the flare, you just turn it around, put it in, tighten it up, and you'll have a flare there. They're pretty easy. So what we're going to do is, right, so we've got that on, but, you know, space is at a premium up there, so really what we want to do is, we don't want to be creating the bends, certainly the initial bends up there. What we want to be doing is, we want to be taking the end that we snapped off. Try and get this, I've got my head torch on. We want to get this end. So we want to try and get at least these first 3, possibly 4 bends done in the new pipe, and then, you know, pull it back through, bring it up, and that's it. That's how we're going to do it. So I'll crack on with that, and I'll be back after I've, you know, done much swearing, and we'll have a look at it. But that's what we've got to do just now. Right, see you soon. Right, I hope you can see up there. So we've got that one on. We've moved on a little bit. So that one is now up there. Definitely putting those bends in, you know, before pulling that pipe through and putting it up there is what you need to be doing. You don't want to be doing the bends up there. So we'll take a wee look further back. You see, that's the pipe being fitted. So this is the one that's being clipped in. We go further back. Right. And you can see we've got the join in up there. So that one is now fitted. I started working on the second pipe, as you can see. Second pipe threaded through. It's come through here, so I can work in this, put the bubble on it. Right, put the nut on it. Do not forget to put the nut on first. You know, I've done it a few times myself, I'm guilty of it. So that goes in. Sorry about the noise of the motorbike. Nut goes on, get the tool on it, we'll get the bends on it, we'll pull it back through. It is a bit of a little bit of a hassle. Take your time, don't lose your head with it. If you do lose your head, just get a cup of tea, and we'll bring you back. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to show you the same thing again. We'll get this on, we'll get the bends in it, we'll get that up there, we'll pull it back through here, we'll clip it in, we'll get it cut, we'll put the nut on, get the bubble done, and get that hooked up, and I'll be back to you after that. Okie dokie. Right folks, so that's the pipes in, up there. They're fitted there. We'll look back, further back. So, we've got the pipes. The second one was actually easier to deal with than the first one. Never took too long. So that's the pipes fitted, and that's then connected up there. So initially what I thought is, these pipes have been done before. And I thought, oh good, they're copper pipes. You know, I gave them a rub. They're not copper pipes. They looks like copper pipes. Be very wary when you go on eBay and you're buying what you think is copper pipe. It's usually, it's no copper pipe. The good stuff, the 316s I'm using is Savile. It's £15 for 25 feet. You can tell the bad stuff, it's £8 for 25 feet, and it says copper. You know, it's just copper coated. They're steel pipes, effectively. So you know, the longevity of these pipes are different. You know, they'll never be changed again. The copper pipes, that'll be it. You know, this car's going to go to the big scrapyard in the sky long before I would ever need to change them. But these copper coated things, I just avoid them. You know, because the Savile pure copper is easier to deal with. It's easier to get the bubble on it or a flare. You know. So that's really about it, folks. I hope this was helpful. There's a couple of other things I just want to mention before we go. So before you start doing all this, what you want to do is bleed nipples. You want to crack those bleed nipples. Make sure that you can, especially in a vehicle of this age, you need to make sure that they're going to open up, you know, because if you snap them, you'll be getting new drum cylinders. Okay, I've got a torch, so hopefully you can see. So, have a look in there. You can see a bit of wood. you can see it up against the front of the seat. So what you want to do is you want to crack one of the bleed nipples open, and then you want to depress the brake pedal with that bit of wood, and at the same time you want to shove the seat forward. So grab the, you know, the adjuster underneath the seat and pull the whole thing forward and lock it in position. And you want to keep that brake pedal down as you're working on the brake's hydraulic system, because if that pedal's left up, all that's going to happen is everything within the reservoir, the ABS pump all the way down, it's just going to piss everywhere, and you're just going to have to refill it. Obviously the pipe you're taking off, you're going to lose what fluid's in it, but you know, it's a lot easier to bleed the system if it's not totally drained. So that'll stop, you know, that bit of wood with the pedal down in the seat wedged up against it, that'll stop that from happening. Right, I thought I'd do this video because I had a look online and there was nothing for the Transit Connect rear pipes. I couldn't find anything at all, so I hope you found this useful, and I'll see you in the next one. Like, subscribe, share, whatever you want to do. Take care, bye bye.